everybody, welcome back to the Chiquel YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and I'm here today to give you a comparison of Editor's Pick by Raquel Welch versus Editor's Pick Elite by Raquel Welch. This is a really popular style that comes in two different caps, and there are some very specific differences about it that I want to share with you because you might find that one of them might be better for you than the other. Now, before I dive in, I'm just going to remind you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can learn even more about alternative hair. All right, don't mind my face right now. I am having a no makeup day today. Well, I have mascara on and a bit of lip gloss, but I haven't put any like face makeup on. Just letting my skin do the breathing today. I've got this lovely zit deciding to just boop to appear, so try not to get too distracted by that. Just try to pay attention to the wigs and not that. But let me get started for you. Okay, Editor's Pick and Editor's Pick Elite. These are both brand new out-of-the-box wigs, so you get to see what they look like. The only thing that I have done is changed the part and gotten rid of that zigzag part. Other than that, they are just fresh out of the box and ready to show you. So I have them here in the color Shaded Iced Latte Macchiato and Sugar and Charcoal. So two very different colors, of course. This one is your typical salt and pepper, and this is sort of your ashy blonde with some roots. All right, I'm gonna start first with Editor's Pick. This one is the Elite one, but Editor's Pick. So Editor's Pick is your more standard cap. It's not basic by any means, as there's lots of really lovely features to this, but it is more of a standard cap in the sense that it is an open wefted cap. So whenever you have an open wefted cap, that means that it's machine made. So a machine sewed all of these fibers into rows here on your wig. When you have an open wefted cap, it's great for ventilation and breathability. It's also really stretchy, so it's really great to stretch over any bigger heads that there might be out there. But these are a really good option if you want just a little bit more breathability and stretch. We have velvet ear tabs, a velvet extended nape with Velcro adjusters. And then on the top here, we have a lovely full monofilament top. So this is what allows you to change the part wherever you want, and it's what gives you that illusion of hair growth right from your scalp. And then we do have an extended temple to temple lace front, so it goes right into your ear tab here. And this is what lets you pull the hair off of your face, or if the wind blows and shows your hairline, it's gonna look a little bit more realistic as if the hair is growing right out of your hairline. So all of this stuff here, all of this lace-like material where the monofilament top and lace front is, this is all hand tied, and that makes it really easy for the fibers to go in any which direction you want. Whereas when it's machine sewn, it's really only letting the fiber kind of go side to side. So if this is your weft and then this is your fiber, it just kind of goes this way. It's hard for it to go up and down. And it doesn't move as freely. Whereas when you have hand tied portions, it just lets it go in any direction you want, which makes it easy to part and easy to style. Okay, this little section here is where you're gonna find some permatease. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like when we put it on my head. But permatease is basically a short-haired crimping effect done at the root of a wig to give it more volume and lift. So this piece here, as I put it on for you, is going to be a very big, voluminous, curly wig. So if you are one that does not like big hair, then this might not be for you. I feel like whenever I put like really lovely big hair on and I'm not wearing any makeup, it just looks wrong. I'm like all done up here, but then like nothing on my face. So that's okay. That's okay, because this is about the wig. It's not about me, so whatever. All right, here we go. This is Editor's Pick. It's not the Elite version. This is Editor's Pick. So whenever we have a wefted cap, and in any portion of a wig that does not have any hand-tied portion, so all through the wefts, any machine-made part, that is where you can have potential to have permatease. You'll never find permatease on the handmade sections of a wig. You'll only find permatease where there is machine-made sections, such as the wefting. So Editor's Pick does have permatease in the crown here. And again, that's what you find in a wig to give you that lift and volume. It's kind of like a back combing effect. If you were to have your own natural bio hair, you know how you take your hair and you back comb it to give it that like extra floof and lift? That's kind of what permatease is. So on Editor's Pick, you're actually gonna find a decent amount of permatease. There's permatease really all through this side section here of your wefting, and of course on the sides here, and then at the crown there's permatease there. So that's going to help give this wig that volume and that shape that we see here. Okay, and now of course this has a lace front. Sorry, I always lift it too much and then I pull it right off my head. Let me show you here. The lace front is going to give you the illusion of growth right from your hairline here. And then your monofilament top is going to allow you to part it wherever you'd like to within that section on the top here. So it's great for parting versatility and for styling. Editor's Pick does have a slight bang here, so you can kind of do with it as you will. It could potentially be a little bit of a side bang if you styled it a bit better. But yes, there is this little shorter bang piece at the front. And you could, if you wanted to, bring some pieces forward and even cut your own bang into this, and that would work just fine. Anytime you have that monofilament top lace front, that makes it really easy to cut bangs into it. All right, Editor's Pick is made with heat-friendly fibers. So you can straighten this if you want, you can keep it curly, you can soften the curls on this. Any heat up to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit is okay to use on this fiber. Okay, I think I've given you a rundown pretty much of Editor's Pick. So I'm gonna now tell you the differences that you're gonna see on Editor's Pick Elite, other than of course the color that we see here. All right, to better show this, I'm gonna take Editor's Pick off and we're gonna take a glance at both caps because it's the cap that is where we're gonna see the biggest difference, not necessarily in the style, because overall it is it's very much the same style, but the cap is a lot, well, not a lot different, but it's a little bit different. Okay, Editor's Pick has the machine-made open weft. Editor's Pick Elite is a partially hand-tied cap. So what I mean by that is we have this like mesh-like material here. And each fiber is hand-tied by a person, not a machine, by a person onto this mesh-like material. Note that this material here is more like a lacy mesh. It's not stretchy like at all. There's almost no stretch. Whereas the side material here, it's gonna be a little bit stretchier, a little bit softer. So partially hand-tied. The bottom portion here, you will find some wefting. However, it is closed wefting, so you can't stick your fingers through. It's not as ventilated. Whereas this one is open wefting. It is ventilated. And this is all open wefted. This one just has some partial closed wefts at the bottom. And that's gonna help reduce the cost a little bit, so it's not like a full hand-tied wig, it's just partial hand-tied. So that's a really big difference within the cap. You're gonna find that Editor's Pick is a lot stretchier and it's gonna fit a little bit bigger. Editor's Pick Elite is really not stretchy. Like there's not a lot of stretch here, and you're gonna find it's gonna fit a little bit smaller than Editor's Pick. So Editor's Pick Elite will fit more true to average. Editor's Pick will fit average to a little bit bigger than average. Okay, some of the similarities you'll see on the cap are with your ear tabs. So we do have some nice velvet ear tabs, velvet extended nape, Velcro adjusters, which is all the same on Editor's Pick. Velvet, Velcro. And then of course we are gonna find full monofilament top, lace front. That's extended temple to temple. So same thing here, full monofilament top, lace front, that's extended. You will see though that the monofilament top on Editor's Pick Elite is a little bit bigger. See how it goes all the way into this sort of shoehorn shape? Whereas this one, it cuts off a little bit and makes room for permatease at the crown here. So you're gonna have a little bit more parting space up on Editor's Pick Elite. Okay, my arms are getting tired from holding them up. I'm gonna give my arm like a shake there. And now I'm just gonna show you Editor's Pick Elite. I'm gonna put it on for you. Now, like I mentioned earlier, any cap that has hand-tied portions, any part of the cap that is hand-tied, you will not find permatease. So on Editor's Pick Elite, oh, lovely. This just looks fantastic, doesn't it? Need some help. On Editor's Pick Elite, which is this one, we're not gonna find any permatease on the cap because it is hand-tied. So if you are looking for a style that's, curly and cute like this, but you don't feel like you want as big and voluminous of a look, then Editor's Pick Elite is probably more for you. Whereas if you love that big, voluminous hair, then Editor's Pick is your gal. Okay, so no permatease at the crown on this one, no permatease throughout the sides because this is hand-tied, there's no wefting. But then of course, similarities, we do have that same lace front. I'm being more gentle with this one, so I'm not yanking it back for you. So here's that lace front. It goes all the way extended temple to temple. So just like on your Editor's Pick, it's the exact same lace front. And then your monofilament top, you're allowed to change the part wherever you want. But of course, that change of part is gonna go further back to the crown, as opposed to on Editor's Pick, it probably comes up to about here, and then there's the permatease. So a little bit more space of parting. The style on this is exactly the same curl pattern, the same length, the same little bangs in the front here. The style is exactly the same, but it's not gonna be quite as big as Editor's Pick. Editor's Pick is gonna be more voluminous, like I mentioned, but the style, exactly the same. In terms of how they feel on, I was mentioning earlier that Editor's Pick Elite is gonna fit smaller than Editor's Pick, and that's because there's not as much stretch in this hand-tied cap. And it's gonna fit more true to average, whereas Editor's Pick has more of that stretch in there. It's gonna fit average to a little bit bigger than average. So if you feel like your head is maybe a little bit smaller, then Editor's Pick Elite will probably fit you a little bit better. And overall, in terms of comfortability, my preference is a hand-tied cap. I find them just to feel a little bit more luxurious, a little bit more lightweight in my opinion, and I just love the way that all the fibers move. The fibers can move, like I was mentioning, all around because they're not sewn to this weft where they can only go sort of side to side. They're hand sewn to a piece of material, like one fiber at a time, and it can just go all over the place. So that allows you to style this more easily, part it, and when you part it and style it, you're not gonna see through necessarily to your scalp, and you're not gonna see any evidence of wefting because there is none. There is no wefting. It just makes styling a little bit more seamless and easy, and you don't have to be as concerned about what it looks like underneath and concerned about hiding wefting. So hand-tied caps, they're just a little bit more luxurious and easy to style, and they just feel a little bit nicer on your head. If you have more of a sensitive head, then a hand-tied cap would probably be better for you. Another similarity is that they're both made with heat-friendly fibers. So just like we could use heat on Editor's Pick, we can also use heat on Editor's Pick Elite. Yeah, I'm like Dr. Seuss. Heat on Editor's Pick Elite. Okay, I'm gonna give you one last chance to kind of look at Editor's Pick Elite for a minute. And I think really pay attention to the fact that it's not as voluminous on top or at the sides, because no permatease at the sides, no permatease at the crown. I'm gonna spin for you. Okay, now I'm gonna put back Editor's Pick on my head. Ready? Last look, 3, 2, 1. And you're gonna see a difference in that volume. Woo! There she is. There's that volume. Okay. And with this volume, you can, work with it, tame it down. But I find that once you do that throughout the day, it's gonna just start to go back to its rightful home, which is big and perky. Also with the permatease, it allows you to work with it. If you really want it big, then really get your fingers in there and you can get it way bigger. So overall, if I were to pick one between the two, I would go for Editor's Pick Elite just because of the comfortability of the cap, the way the hair moves a little bit more freely, the bigger parting space on the top. But of course, with sort of those extra bonus features comes a higher price tag. So then you have to weigh out to see if that is worth it for you, or if you can stick with Editor's Pick and pay a little bit less money for it. Now, I do want to show you though, I have Editor's Pick, the exact same wig here, and even in the same color. But I've worked with this one a little bit. I've sort of tamed the permatease down a little bit, and I've also toned down the curls. You can see how the curls are a little bit more wavy as opposed to bigger ringlets. So if you do have Editor's Pick and you're finding it's too much, there are ways to tone it down. So I'm going to show you this one on now. So you can see that it doesn't have to be as big as it is if you are, willing to try and work with it. Okay, so here she is. The curls are a little bit more relaxed and down here as opposed to like up here. However, at the same time, if I wanted to sort of revert back to that style, I could definitely add some wig wax or styling cream or hairspray into this and make it bigger if I wanted to, but also have the ability to tone it down a little bit more. So there are options, and the way I did tone this down is I took a hot comb at a low temperature setting and just sort of brushed through, and that just helps relax the curls a little bit. And then I also did the same with the permatease. I parted my fibers and I found that permatease and I kind of worked through my hot comb, or I worked through the fibers with my hot comb right at the roots. And I did it sort of all over, which helped relax it a little bit. It's not going to get rid of the permatease. You never can truly get rid of the permatease. It's going to be there no matter what, but you can tone it down by either doing that, or you could even thin it out a little bit right at the root. All right, I think that's about it. I think I've shared pretty much all there is to share about this wig. It's a lot of information. I hope you guys were able to digest it and not be too distracted by this lovely pimple on my face. But if you have any more questions, please let me know. And also let me know in the comments, which one do you prefer? Are you more of a big-haired Editor's Pick gal? Or are you more of a less big-haired Editor's Pick Elite gal? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. And of course, as always, if this is something that you are interested in, make sure you go check it out on our website at chiquel.com, chiquel.ca if you're in Canada, or chiquel.com.au if you're in Australia. Thank you so much for being here. I always appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.